Yes, yes, so much yes. Oh, that's fantastic. 2.5-year-old hippopotamus at Disney. Hey there everyone, today we are going on an adventure. We're on one of the walkways right now in Animal Kingdom called Gorilla Falls. We're gonna walk through and take a very close look at all the animals that we can find. You know, I love seeing all of those animals here at Animal Kingdom. Today, we're diving deep. First up is the Angolan black and white monkey here that you can see that's actually originally from the Congo. Also found in Tanzania and Kenya. These very special monkeys are super, super fast. I just saw a couple of them running around trying to catch it again for you. But they move so incredibly quickly. Their diet consists of seeds and leaves and all sorts of other vegetation that they can find, but just look how fast he is. He is so fast. You can see this one is eating something right now. Looks like a leaf or something, maybe a seed on the leaf. But that is so cool. They're just running all around. They've got that long tail, kind of like a lemur, but they are indeed a monkey. See how he's kind of like propping himself up there with his leg. Very, very powerful for swinging and climbing and picking those leaves and berries. He's looking right at us. Hi there. Up there. He's watching us. He says, oh, what are the humans doing in the human pen over there? I've just learned that the baby is 8 months old. So here's the parent right there. Oh my gosh, such a great view of the parent. You know, I love it. Oh, that's so good. Then right over here, we've got the baby, 8 months old. And I'm playing with the siblings and with the parent as well. We saw them climbing all over the place, but they're enjoying their food. Their enclosure is enormous, so enormous. They've even got the area to go backstage if they want to at any time. So I learned about that a while back. They can go backstage anytime. They don't want to be out here, but they seem to like being out here. What does this say? Beware of buffalo. Oh my gosh, look at that little rock right there. We're by trail marker 3 at this point, and another observation area. Oh my gosh, this is such a great view of the Okapi. That is the Okapi, the only living relative of the giraffe. We've seen him on the safari several times, but now we got this basically up front view of him right over here. We can go nice and slow and kind of take our time. You can see he's enjoying some food from the feeding box right there, just hanging around, having a good time, looking all around. You can see the stripes on his legs there. You know, it looks a lot like a giraffe, but he is indeed a living relative of the giraffe. You know, when I think about natural selection and I think about how the Okapi, you know, is getting the items lower to the ground, and how the giraffes are really tall to get those items that are much, much higher in the trees. And you think about the competition the Okapi must have had for food lower down at the ground. So it's interesting to see that, and they see that, you know, I'm glad they're still around. That's an important part of natural selection. He's getting really close now. He's right by that trunk over there, just to see if there's maybe food around or maybe something to drink. I was just circling around. Wow, look how close he is now. He can definitely see us, maybe even smell us. We're over here. These creatures have a great sense of smell. You can see right here they actually got the similarities and differences between the Okapi and the giraffe. You can see they both have that prehensile tongue used to get the different leaves, but they're also quite different. Giraffes are, you know, small herds. Okapi is shy, big ears, sight with height. You know, there's a lot of differences there, and you can actually see the height right there. Look at that neck of the giraffe compared to the Okapi. Now, while I was walking in earlier, I did see the sign, while walking the trail, please no eating. And for obvious reasons, I would imagine, so the other animals don't get the human food. They have their own food. They shouldn't be eating human food. Now, inside this first building here, you can actually see there's smaller exhibits and, of course, the social distancing markers, where we stand behind them before we make our way over there. We can see the animals from afar, but thanks to the lens, you get a much closer look. Take a look at that turtle right there. He's sticking his head out, looking maybe for some food or perhaps some water. Just hanging out there, sunning out. I just saw the naked mole rat. Oh, there he is. He's popping back out right there. Can you see him? There he is. Naked mole rat. Up, he hit again. He's hiding. I'll find him. He runs throughout this entire, basically a maze of tunnels here for him and his family. Oh, I see more family members. Look at the whole group of naked mole rats there, all just kind of huddled together. Look, some of them are eating, some of them are sleeping, some of them are just kind of hanging out. Wow, I love how they've done this. It's like, it's in the rock. So you can see, all right, they're right there. It's in the rock here. We just walk by, here's the little, you know, we stay behind this. They're in the rock, and we just see them crawl through. More turtles right over there, and then if you don't like snakes, look away, but there's a big old snake's tail right there. This is the Kenyan sand boa. You can see more of him inside of there, located around East Africa. Dumerel's boa constrictor. When I first looked in here, I was saying to myself, I can't see it. Is he escaped? I have no idea. There's a lock there, so we're good. But no, he's actually hiding behind that root. Right there, you can see a little bit of his scales right in there. Reiterating, no food on the trail. Now, as we walk through that building, you think to yourself, okay, we are outside. Believe it or not, we are, but you can actually see there is a net up above that keeps all the other animals here with us. Lots of birds for us to go look for right now. We're gonna try and find as many as possible. We'll try. I keep seeing them fly past really fast. I can't get a solid shot, but I was told, very kind cast member, there's a big nest right there by the hammerbuck, I think that's the name of it, right up there. Everyone's looking for those birds. They fly there. Oh, there's one. Okay, just flew in front of the camera, that yellow one. Oh wait, let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I'm starting to see some if I look up here. Look at the coloring on that one. It's kind of how the he's mostly black and he's got some yellow and red on him. His beak is yellow. The rest of the wings are black. It's such a great coloration he has. Now with the birds, we've also got the fish, and there's quite a few fish in this area here. Look at that yellow bird with kind of like a brownish or grayish wing. See, he's hitting up there. He's the one that flies by super fast. He's got like a mate or a friend sitting on the branch below him. Now that bird we saw a moment ago, I found out it's called the great blue turaco. So we'll be looking for him again. He flew away. But I think we'll find him if we keep looking. Here's a better view of that yellow bird right in there. I don't know his name. Almost looks like the size of a small finch though. Very, very nice coloring. I love that. He's kind of got green wings. There he is jumping around looking for something to build his nest with. Here's something that'll be helpful, the bird spotting guide. All right, we scan the QR code, click it, and then I'll be able to tell you what we're seeing. Oh my gosh, this is super helpful. Now we got a better idea of all the birds that are here. All right, let's take a look. That large brown one with the kind of bluish or blackish beak is called the hammerkop. That's great to know. Hammerkop, K-O-P. Great to know. Very, very large bird. Wow, so walking around too. Almost looks like she might be fishing. I'm not sure. This little bird right here is called the African pygmy goose. You can see he's trying to fall asleep there. You can see kind of a reddish, orangish wings all around, black wings behind him, kind of greenish wings as well. He's got that white or a grayish face with the maybe he almost looks like a little bit of a hairdo on him, just a little bit, with the yellow beak. Wow. These birds right here sleeping on that log are called the marbled teal. Very cool, and you can actually see, kind of looks like a tealish color to the back. They've got the grayish, almost like a pinkish wing to them. Oh, she's awake. She's awake. I'm not sure if she heard me. Okay, she's asleep again, maybe. Eyes opening and closing there. I wonder how many hours a day certain birds sleep. Now I found out that the yellow birds are called the Tveta golden weaver, and they've got some great coloring to them. That's a great shot. No, he went away. It was yellow and gold and red. It's just, they're fast. She is back to build her nest. You can see those colors a little bit, but she's actually putting those kind of like grass blades in there to help build the nest even more. That is, oh, look at that. Like construction in progress. Oh, out of focus. There we go. Construction in progress of a nest of the golden weaver. Wow. Can you see that right there? They've actually got their food behind this little piece of rock right there. So they've got separate areas where they can get food. Oh my gosh, look at these birds. There's so many coming for food right now, but now we got a good look. Yes, there it is, golden weaver. Fast bird, great coloring. Now we're going from this very special bird enclosure to the next area. Take a look right on the surface. You can see a 2.5-year-old hippopotamus. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. You can see he or she is just kind of chilling out, keeping cool in the hot Florida sun. And then when nightfall begins, oh my gosh, great shot there. They'll come around and be a little bit more active. Now, word to the wise, if you see a hippopotamus at Disney, no problem at all, but out at Africa, probably want to keep your distance. That's very, very important. Oh my gosh, I think we might have a hippo moving our way. Yep, underwater. I'm not sure if you can see that. Yep. Oh my gosh, that is a fantastic shot of that 2.5-year-old hippo underwater. Wow. I cannot believe that shot. That is so good. Oh my gosh, coming up to the window. Yes, so much yes. Oh, that's fantastic. 2.5-year-old hippopotamus at Disney. Just look at this little baby kind of like spinning around underwater. Look at that. I'm not sure if that's just for fun or Oh my gosh, just to relax a little bit, this is a view unlike any other. Oh my gosh. Wow. You know that old Christmas song, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas? I can see why. I get it. I totally get it. Now look how when the hippopotamus walks, all the fish kind of follow and get all the extra food, but I just cannot get over it. I can't get over it. I can't get over it. This is amazing. We're actually seeing that 2.5-year-old baby hippo walk out of the water. At least, yep, there he goes. Oh my gosh. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, you can see the bird is kind of just saying, I'm going to keep my distance here. Oh, there he goes, right out of the water. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. That is a very large hippopotamus. But that's only a 2.5-year-old. Not sure if our hippo friend likes all those birds hanging around where he's going. So the birds are kind of clearing out, make sure they give the hippo plenty of space there. And just like that, he was walking away onto the next area. A big thank you to Linda. Here's a great cast member telling us all about 2.5-year-old baby male hippo kind of going all around. It's very uncommon to see them walk out of the water like that during the day because they are indeed nocturnal. Swimming like that, that's just once in a lifetime views right there. Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. Now we're on to the next viewing area, and you can see a lot of flags up above from different African nations. That one I'm pretty sure is South Africa, not 100% sure, but there are several African nation flags up here. We're gonna take a look at some of the animals in the viewing area. There you can see a zebra kind of just walking around doing some grazing, looking for other animals as well. You can actually see a little feeding box on the left-hand side. And what we're doing is we're looking at little meerkats right underneath this log here. They're staying cool in the sun, but they're digging under there. Oh, there he is, little meerkat, popping out, saying, oh, going back down. A little family of 9 different meerkats in there, I found out. I learned that these meerkats dig for most of the day just to make sure that they have different escape routes if a predator comes by, so they can raise families. Look, he's just digging away. Right over there, there's another one, another brothers apparently, digging away on behind that log. There's a line right here to view the gorillas from their window. We're hearing a lot of like oohs and ahs, so we're definitely gonna wait in this line. I can see them from all the way over here. They are right by that window. Oh my gosh, look at that gorilla. I hope that he or she is still there by the time I get over there. Cross your fingers. It's okay either way. I love this view, and sure enough, they are still here. We've got a whole family of gorillas, maybe mom or dad, kind of just hanging out right there, arms crossed, just thinking about, you know, life, the universe. Who knows what they're thinking about? It's funny. And then out there, there's a little maybe teenager or baby. Look at that foot. Look at that foot. Oh my gosh, that is such an amazing view. Oh my gosh. Quite a bit happening right there. This one is, sure enough, just having a great time, sitting right by this bowl here where they got food, and they've kind of spread out the hay over here so you can see. Oh my gosh, look at that baby. Look at the baby. Oh my gosh. And look at that ear. Can you see the definition of the ear? Just, I mean, it's amazing. Truly, truly amazing. Wow. The trail continues on in this direction. You can see we are going through a cavernous area till we get to this bridge. Trail marker 8, by the way, but we are at this bridge and we can see some very interesting, I think that's probably an ape all the way out there. Found out that this is Gus. He's 39 years old. He's the oldest of the bachelors. You can see he's just walking around having a great time. Just went, hi Gus. I'm saying it quietly so he doesn't actually, I don't disturb him while he's focusing on food and relaxing. He's even got food in his mouth there. 39-year-old gorilla. Wow. Now, Animal Kingdom opened in 1998, which means that Gus comes from a different spot. We don't know, maybe different habitat, perhaps a different zoo. Tough to say. He's just hanging out, eating. He's got, he's leaning up against those bushes right there, 39 years old. And just like that, we made it back to the black and white monkey, Columbus monkey, right here that we saw when we entered. So actually on the other side of it right now, so we're gonna make our way around and find more trails to explore. Now, there are plenty of other animal viewing areas that we've seen before all around Animal Kingdom. It's not just the trails, but today we're focusing on the trails, and they are so cool. The next trail we're going to experience here at Animal Kingdom together is the Maharaja Jungle Trek with bats, tigers, and dragons. Oh my. They've actually got a QR code map here, so you know exactly where you're going, but let's see some of those animals. First up is the Komodo dragon, and he's hiding. He's hiding underneath there. You can see his tail kind of up against that rock over there. Super, super difficult to see, but he is indeed in there. The Komodo dragon, 10-year-old male. The warnings are posted. Jungle trekkers, please apprehend that tigers are frequently encountered in the ruins ahead. Now we've made our way to the bat house. There's a little bit of a line here to make sure that we can all see it. Take a look at the entryway to the bat house here. You can actually see they've got different mosaics and artwork of the bats. Now, of course, we all know that bats have a very important part in the circle of life. They make sure that the bug and other population stays in check, and they also pollinate a little bit. First up, we've got the tree monitor, who's just hanging out there, larger lizard. You can see he's looking at us. And this little bug I just saw crawling around, it's probably dinner. Cast member just told me that the bats can be seen all the way up. Oh, yep, sure enough, I see them. There are the bats hanging upside down. Looks like he's either cleaning himself or just maybe fanning himself. Hanging upside down in the enclosure, thinking about dinner maybe. Tough to know, but you gotta love and appreciate those bats inside here. And I should note the windows are open, so it's just open air between us and the bat. As an example, here is my hand, and there's she said you can just look right out there, look up, and you'll see him. Sure enough, it's open air to look up at those bats. We've reached the crossroad. We can take the stairs, or we can take this ground path here. We're gonna take the stairs up and see if we can see a new view. Now, I believe this is where the tigers like to hang out. It might be a little bit hot for them at the moment, but it's a great spot. Although the trees are present in the forest, you will be very safe by walking on the well-traveled paths. Tiger forest. Now, we haven't seen the tiger in a little while. The cast member told us that she's been sleeping for a couple hours here, so she's backstage, but you can see the area for the tiger is really well themed. You can even see it kind of like, it's got that Indian vibe. Very strong there. You can see some of the cultural feel to it with the animals and kind of the brickwork, the whole thing. You can see on the outside there are these mosaics that are like in between with the brickwork. So it's kind of like the building that was painted on, then it kind of gives that old feeling to it, like it's been here for like 100 years or something like that, or even longer. You can even see up above. The building almost looks like it's, crumbling apart in pieces, but that's just to make it feel that way. Prayer cloth up above. It is actually, relatively new, kept in well-maintained shape. Next viewing spot, it looks like that's a springbok. I feel like that's probably a springbok. A little bit big though, maybe not, but he's hanging out on top of that hill. Cast member told me that most of them are just kind of hanging out in the shade right now. Again, hotter part of the day. Oh, looking right at us, hi. They like to hang out in the shade for now. Just found out, 19-year-old female Eld's deer. So it's not a springbok, it's an Eld's deer. Good to know. I'm learning from the cast member here. She's one of the oldest Eld's deer in captivity around the world. Wow. Just learned that the Eld's deer is extremely endangered. Wow, okay, so they're working on conservation efforts to try and bring them back. There's a Saurus Crane. I want to see if we can catch it because it's got a fun fact related to it. He walked behind the hill at the moment, but I learned from the cast member that the Saurus Crane was actually the crane that they used for the sound, right? They wanted to hear its cry or hear its sound that it makes. And it's the same sound they used in Jurassic Park for the sound of the velociraptor. I would love to hear that sound, like in person, like out here, but it's gone now, so maybe we'll catch it another day. Saurus Crane, wow. Walking to the next area here, and I love this area, the theming here. Look how the building looks like it's just about to crumble apart. A lot of prayer cloths here that I feel like, if you look at them, you remember, when I was a kid, I feel like I've seen pictures of them where they all had a lot more color to them, right? It's like yellows and oranges and blues, and we see some of them, but some of them have, I think, been bleached by the sun over time. I'm not 100% sure if that's accurate, but I distinctly remember seeing a lot more color with these in the past. It goes to show it's kind of changing with time. Wow. Now we're making our way towards the Red Pavilion now, but just take a look at this really intricate, I'm going to call it storytelling, on the side of this building where you can actually see, it looks like, from the way I read it, you see man is kind of over harvesting or kind of overusing the land, and then land kind of attacks. That's the story I'm getting from it. And then over here, it's like man and animals live in peace. That's the story I'm getting from it. Not 100% sure if that's what it's meant by, but I like that. I mean, I feel like that's a nice message. Now, how do I know it's called the Red Pavilion? Besides just being red, Jungle Trek continues this way through the Red Pavilion. Let's do it. Now, there are a lot of these double doors, and when you see a double door like that, usually it means they're trying to keep some flying animal inside, and I see one in particular right as we walk in. That is so cool. I'm going to scan that QR code again so that we can get an accurate count of who we are seeing. That is the Victoria Crowned Pigeon, and just look at that crown. That is fantastic. A very deep blue with those feathers all around, and the crown is just like those, it kind of looks like wispy hairs right on top, but a fantastic looking bird. You can actually see he or she is kind of sitting up on that branch, not too far from our heads here, like right there. Wow. There's another look at the crowned pigeon right over there. Wow. You can see the cast member is feeding the Shama thrush. I believe that's the name of this bird right there. They're eating different food that the cast member is giving them. That's a great view of all those different, I think they're called thrushes, right there, kind of flying around, going for that food, enjoying it, flying away, more coming in. So many. I love all those small bird houses everywhere. Look at this kind of, I'm not sure, like an Indian, I want to say temple or large building, but it's a birdhouse. It's so cool. Wow, they all just flew past me. I believe this is the Pied Imperial Pigeon. They're totally kind of like black and white. I love that. Turning his head all around, getting great views. He's about to fly. Oh my gosh, he just jumped. You get the idea. He's flying all over. This is phenomenal. Look at these birds. I'm going to be really, really quiet just so they're not disturbed. The same crowned bird that we saw before, but now they're just kind of hanging out by that house. That is incredible. Wow. Just learned that the crowned pigeon is the largest pigeon in the world. Walking on the path here, we've got the Argus pheasant. Look at this, just walking along on the trail. That is phenomenal. Look at those feathers. Got like a green and a gray and a black and a blue. That's phenomenal. It's a pheasant. Even as guests walk us by, he just kind of walks along the path with us. That's amazing. He's just so comfortable with people. He's just kind of walking along here. Look at these birds right here. I have to figure out their names, but I just saw them. I wanted to make sure I caught them real fast. Kind of, he's got almost like a rainbow crown. See when he kind of turns his head down a little bit? Let's see if he does it again. He's got like a rainbow behind his head. Look at that. Unbelievable. Now I believe the colors are used to attract a mate. That would be my guess. Not 100% sure, but that's my guess. This one's called the Nicobar Pigeon. Nicobar Pigeon. You can see one's kind of grooming himself with that all those great colors behind the back of his neck. And the other one's on the ground kind of drying feathers. See all the feathers kind of like opened up and the wings out there? We saw, don't worry, it's not, I don't think it's hurt. It seems fine. He's just hanging out there. They're talking, I guess. You can see that very impressive coloring of those wings. Wow. Check out this little guy right here called the black-collared starling. Really nice kind of like yellow halo around the eye a little bit. And then you got the black and white collar right there. I love that. That's awesome. He's just looking in the air, looking for some food or maybe a friend. Tough to know, but so cool. Now this bird right here with a very interesting yellow beak is called the masked lapwing. You can actually see kind of like it's not skin, it's just some extra yellow piece of him, which I would believe is probably used for mating. That would be my guess. But so just wait and see if he turns around for us. He's hanging out right there with the, there's a duck in the water. And several other birds, but there you can see the mask just a little bit on him when he turns kind of his head just a little bit. Very interesting. And just like that, we are out of the trail again. Those are the two trails here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. It's so fascinating. You can come to Animal Kingdom hundreds of times and have a totally different experience. And what I've realized is that in the past, you come to Animal Kingdom, it's all about the rides and the shows and do all these things. And you take it a totally different way and you think about how it's all about the trails and the animals. I think it took me moving to the area to really appreciate that. Thanks so much for being a part of the magic with me today. It was so much fun sharing it all with you. Until next time, have a magical day.